This video looks at how to create a secondary axis on a graph. There are some situations where using one axis will not be appropriate because the data is very different in terms of its range. So in this particular case, we're looking at the population of a suburb compared to the city in which it sits, and we're looking at change over time. So what we are going to do is to create a combination graph first of all. So we select all of the data including the labels, insert, and we can see that this option is our combination graph, and this one gives us a dotted line on the right hand side which says that we want to have a secondary axis. Now this is not the way we want our graph to look in the end, but it gives us at least a secondary axis already set up for us. Now we can do a few things. When we click on our graph, we can format the chart area. So we can change some of our settings. However, what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the line and we're going to change the series type. So we can see now that we've got lots of different options. We can decide which set of data we're going to put in our secondary axis, and we can also decide on how we're going to present this information. So I've decided for this data I want to do line graphs. It's showing change over time even though it's discrete units of time, so I could use a column graph. In this particular case I want to show a line graph because I want to see a trend that's occurring. I do want my larger or my non-focus area to be on my secondary axis. My primary focus of my investigation is Wellington Point, so I want it to be on my primary axis. So if I go OK, I've now got a combination line graph. Now of course we go into plus and we would add in our axis titles. So this would be, Redland City population. This would be Wellington Point population, and you could do that. And of course down here we've got years and we've got our legend already in place. If it were a column graph or a bar graph, I would add data values. I think it would just make it a bit messy where it is at the moment. If you really wanted the data to be available to you, you can go into quick layout and click on this one that actually inserts the data table underneath your graph. Now that can be very valuable in terms of not just geography but also your sciences like your biology, where you may want to incorporate the raw data as well as your transformation of that into graphical form. So I will leave that out just for the moment because that's not what I want to focus on.